Hey guys, it's 13 with Superior Mobile by 13. It's a late night in the shop, and this is Joshua's 2019 CRV. It's back in the shop. I like him because he gets a lot of really cool stuff and toys and gadgets in his car. And today, I get to show off a Sony 9500 ES 10.1-inch screen. Source, media, head unit, radio, whatever you want to call it, it's this bad mamma jamma. And it is installed in this dash quite smooth and clean. As always, I can show you all the features, but I don't really need to do that. What I really want to show off is the fact that we have reverse camera integration. That is the backup camera. Pretty cool. That's no problem. We do have, of course, steering wheel controls. Those work, and that was a bit of a pain in the patootie because this is an EXL, which for all you Honda people out there means that this factory radio is data controlled and all of the other trim levels use analog. And all that really means is you have to use a different interface. Lessons learned today. But what I really want to show off that I've never actually done before is a turn signal integration. So watch this. I turn on the turn signal and I have blind spot cameras now, and this is all aftermarket equipment. So as soon as I flick on the turn signal, it pops up on the screen and we can see into that blind spot area. Again, all aftermarket stuff, which is super groovy. We can't do that with the factory screen. And the way that I accomplished that is I have installed these little cameras right here, and they shine, ta-da, out into the blind spot area. Now, I know it doesn't seem like much, but taking apart side mirrors and being able to mount a camera to it, and there's a super tiny little hole right there, and the wire goes up inside of it, and then it goes around there and through the door, and then through that door, grommet, and then into the cabin and up to that radio. That is a task, but I pulled it off seamlessly and I am super proud of it. And as a side note, I think that large floating tablet style screen looks super dope in this interior of this cabin. Now, something else that I installed is, if you remember the previous video, that as soon as we turn on the parking lights, we have all of this interior lighting turn on. Well, guess what? That kind of got old for him, so now I've installed this little light switch right here, which is a manual override for turning them off. So technically this should normally be on, so that anytime the parking lights turn on, this all comes on. But if he decides that he doesn't need a glowing interior cabin, he can just turn it off real easily, and then the parking lights still turn on and off, no problem, independent of the interior lighting. So that's a nice improvement. The other really cool thing that I installed this time around is the OEM roof rails and roof rack. This is all OEM equipment. So this is something that not a lot of people take advantage of me, is that I provide these types of services where I can install OEM equipment significantly cheaper than the dealership. Joshua does, and it's pretty crazy because I enjoy this stuff a lot. So originally the vehicle just had flush rails, so I had to remove the factory flush rails, and actually, believe it or not, I have to cut them. That is the instructions from Honda. So I cut those, remove all of the clips, and then I install these roof rails and then that roof rack on top of it. And that was really enjoyable process. Way more enjoyable than mounting these cameras and running all that wiring. Other little things that I did while I was here is I installed this little dash cam light up there. I know it's really dark in here, but that's the rear dash cam mounted on the rear hatch. You can barely see it, but it's mounted back there and then wired in with it. And then underneath this passenger seat, way in the darkness where you'll never see, underneath that vent is a backup battery pack that allows those things to run 24/7 without putting a drain on the primary starting battery. So I installed that stuff. Also yanked out these OEM speakers in the front doors while I was there, and I installed some other OEM Honda speakers as per his request, which I don't know if that's going to sound any better, but I'm sure it makes some difference. I really wish I knew exactly how much time went into installing just the radio and the two blind spot cameras, because that's a really cool package deal. But unfortunately, I did the wiring for the dash camera and that backup battery, and also the wiring for that button all at the same time. So I'm going to put some information in the video description. Check it out. If you're local and you're interested in some of these products, and by all means hit me up. There's a build request form on my website. That is the only only way that I accept new work. I am currently closed to new business, but again, I am hoping to be reopening to the public in the near future. Joshua has been a wonderful repeat client of mine, so I am always happy to have him in the shop, even though he throws some major curveballs at me, or at least the CRV has some curveballs in it, but that's okay. That's the joy of the job, right? That's all I gotta say. This is 13 with Superior Mobile by 13. Thanks so much for watching. You have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. See ya.